Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. It's been some weeks, but it's not my fault, okay? I've been going through some things. Prime stressed me out. Prime really I don't know, like I just feel as far as mega carriers go, Prime is top tier. But for me, I come from a customer service background, okay? So I have every job that I've had has been in customer service, whether it's been retail. Then prior to Prime, I was at Geico for like 7 years. So customer service has always been driven into me. And with Prime, I just feel their customer service can use some work. Not only that, but communication, their organization, terrible. So what I mean is that dealing with Prime is like playing telephone. Everything has to go through your fleet manager. So for HR, you have to contact your fleet manager has to contact HR. Your loads, you contact your fleet manager has to go through sales or whoever. So it's like, you know, you gotta go through this person to get to this person, and no one knows what's going on ever. So let me get to my story, because I'm rambling, I'm really venting. But long story short, I had scheduled home time. I was supposed to get off the truck on November, I think 20th, 21st, something like that. A couple of days before Thanksgiving, I wanted to put my truck in the shop. So I was accounted for that. And then, you know, I want to spend time with my family. So the way I make my home time, the way I account for my home time is I don't like to leave like out on a Wednesday. I don't want to come back on a Wednesday. Like I want to give myself room to make money so I don't end up negative, because I am leased. So a week before my home time, I get a message from my temporary dispatch or my sub dispatch, because my dispatcher wasn't in, and he's like, oh, I'm getting a message that, oh, your physical is overdue. And I'm like, overdue? No, I took care of that back in August, and I'm good for 2 years. I went home in August, did my physical, sent it in. I'm good for 2 years. So he's like, well, let me get in contact with HR to see what's going on. So he comes back and he's like, HR flagged you for a sleep apnea test, and they flagged you back in September, like August, September, and you had 60 days to complete it, and now it's overdue. So sleep apnea is a disorder in which you stop breathing during your sleep. You start and stop breathing. And a sleep study test is a test that is conducted that monitors your heart rate, your brain waves, and your breathing to see whether or not you stop breathing during your sleep. And I said, sleep apnea?
Oh, heck no.
And he's like, oh, I'm not sure why this wasn't relayed to you. They notified your fleet manager, and you should have been notified. And I'm like, here we go.
Here we go. Here the fuck we go. Here the fuck we go.
So I'm already out on a load, and I'm getting flustered, sleep apnea, like what's going on? So I'm like, do you know why I was flagged? He couldn't tell me why. He was just like, call Cardinal Health or Cardinal Sleep or whatever the hell it's called. Prime has locations, and just so y'all know, Prime has locations in Springfield, I believe they say Utah, and they do have it in Pittston. And so he's like, oh, I'm not sure, call Cardinal, maybe they can tell you. I call Cardinal, they're like, well, we can't tell you. The only thing we know is that when you're flagged, you're told to contact us, we do the test, and we send it into Prime. We don't know why you're flagged, blah, blah, blah. So this is the Springfield office. I called them, the Cardinal location, and the lady was just nasty. She was not helpful at all. So it kind of started rubbing me even more the wrong way. I'm already annoyed because I'm just now finding out that I need to do this now. And then I call trying to get answers and help, and you're being an ass. I don't like that. So then I called the Cardinal in Pittston because I need to go to the Pittston terminal anyway, so I can do it there or whatever. Call them. She's a little bit more helpful. Well, actually, no, not a little bit. She was a lot more helpful. She's like, oh, who told you need a test? Are you new? I'm like, no, I'm not a new driver. She's like, that's kind of weird for you not to be a new driver and now all of a sudden you're flagged for a sleep apnea test. And so she did some digging. She made some calls. She called me back, and she was like very, like, she's prompt, like on top of it. So she's like, well, you're flagged because your BMI is kind of high. If your BMI is 39 or higher, you get flagged for a sleep apnea test. And my BMI is at 38.5 or something like that. But see, what's crazy is I'm not a big person. Like, I'm not big at all. It's just that I'm very thick. So she pretty much told me what flagged me, and we set up a date. So I ended up having to come off the road. After I delivered that load, I had to deadhead to the terminal. So it's Monday or Tuesday. They only do the tests on Thursdays at Pittston. And then I'm in contact with my fleet manager, my temp fleet manager, and I'm like, okay, so am I gonna get another load, or do I have to go straight in? He's like, you have to go straight in. So I went in. I'm sitting Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know if I got there Tuesday night or Monday night, but I pretty much have to sit until Thursday so I can do this test. And my gosh, when I finally do this test, wait, but even before the test, I am stressed the fuck out. Okay, excuse my language, but I am stressed out because I'm a hypochondriac and I am a worrier. Like, I worry about anything. So you telling me I have sleep apnea, and I'm like, I don't have sleep apnea. Like, I'm not gonna say big, but you know, it's more common in big people. Yes, skinny people can have sleep apnea. Smokers, alcoholics, you can, you know, be deemed to have sleep apnea, but y'all flagging me because of my BMI, and I'm like, I'm not even big. Like, what? So I'm stressed out. I'm wearing my Apple Watch to bed to track my breathing while I'm sleeping. I have like a sleep detection recorder thing on my phone, and I'm recording myself, and everything is coming back okay. So I'm just like, you know what? All I can do is take this test because I can't drive unless I get this done. So I go to take the test, and when I tell you, that was the worst night of my life. The worst. Terrible. So the lady was very sweet. All the staff there, so nice, so helpful, answer questions. Made me feel as comfortable as I was going to feel. And it felt comfortable until after I took the test and knew that I didn't have it. But anywho, so you go in, you fill out a bunch of paperwork. It shouldn't take you longer than 10 minutes, and that you pretty much sign in saying that you're giving them permission to do the test. You know, they'll tell you if it's, now here's the kicker. This is the BS. If you fail, you have to cover the test, right? You cover the cost of the test and I believe half of the equipment. If you pass and there's no detection, not even a little detection of sleep apnea, they cover it in full. If you pass, but then you have on the lower scale of sleep apnea to the point where it's not, don't need the machine and it's not gonna kill you, because you know, then you have to cover a portion. I don't know if it was 50% or more, but I believe the test in itself was like $600. Well, no, it was $750, something like that. Then the machine is like $600. No, I might have it backwards, but it was between $600 to $750 for the test, and then the machine I want to say is like $750 and better. Then there's like a consultation with the doctor that you have to pay. It's a bunch of prices, and they're high. And then the lady was saying that they don't accept insurance, so you're pretty much paying it out of your own pocket. I don't know if you can go back to your health insurance and have it reimbursed to you, but ultimately you're paying for it. You're paying for it unless you're completely negative. So that's all the paperwork that you have to sign. They'll show you the rooms. They're, small room. Well, the piston office, small room. It was just a bed, a nightstand, a fan. There was no TV. There was no none of that. So then you come back at night. I came back at night. Have your pajamas. They tell you to bring, if you want to bring a blanket, pillow, anything that's going to make you as comfortable as possible. And then they start putting all the electrodes and wires and shit all over you. So they put them on your legs, they put them on your chest. I actually still have markings from the stickers that were on my chest. They will not come off. They put them on your chest, they put around your forehead, they put them on your scalp. You have to wear this thing on your finger, and all the wires, the way she draped it, I thought when I was watching videos, they said that they're supposed to like strap it to like your chest or like your stomach. I don't know. But she had it over my head, at the top of my head. So all the wires are draped up around my neck. And I have hypothyroidism. I already have enlarged thyroid. So I don't like stuff up in my neck. I feel like I can't breathe. I'm choking. So that's pretty much how I felt all night. I actually insert a picture of how I looked, y'all. And then they have two things that go in your nose. It was just crazy. And I'm just like, how am I supposed to get comfortable? How am I supposed to sleep? When I tell you, actually I have the papers. Please hold.
And now a word from our sponsor.
I'm back. So I have my results here, and you have to sleep for the minimum, I think, 7 hours. So wait, no, 7 hours. So they woke me up at 5 in the morning. My appointment started at 10. I got there for 9. She told me to get there an hour early. So yeah, I woke up 83 times. And these were all spontaneous arousals, meaning I could not sleep. I woke up 83 times. I don't even remember ever falling asleep the entire time. And then halfway through, or almost halfway through, I had to go to the bathroom. My wires kept coming out, and the box that all your wires are connected to, you pretty much have to carry it with you to the bathroom. It was just a hot ass mess. It was a hot mess. Let's see, my heart rate was up because I was stressed. I was this close to tears. Like, I wanted to sit there. I was stressed. If you don't have sleep apnea, taking this test is gonna give you sleep apnea. It's so stressful. It was the worst sleep I ever got. So after the test, take all the wires out. They give you a rag so you can clean all that stuff out. Paste that they use to stick the electrodes all in your head and stuff comes out with just warm water, luckily, because I have natural hair, and child, listen. But then yeah, I ended up going back to my truck and going to sleep. They had the results the next day, which is good, which is great. So the next morning, like 11 a.m., they called me right away, and they were just like, oh, come and get your results. And I didn't have to meet with the doctor. My results were completely negative. Sorry, I gotta fix my camera. I had to figure out how to use my camera. But yeah, my results were completely negative. And so I didn't have to pay for anything. They just gave me my paperwork. And here we go back with the BS. So this was the Friday. So I took the test the Thursday before Thanksgiving. Friday I got my results. And then when I went to get my results, 2 women were in there. The initial woman that I met on Tuesday morning looked over my DOT physical that I got when I was on home time, and they were like, well, everything is good. You can keep your same physical, keep a copy of your test, and they're like, you're fine, everything is good. So I messaged my dispatch and I'm like, sleep apnea test is done. And that's another thing. I had to all right, guys. At this point, my regular dispatcher, he's back off his little vacation, and I had to let him know, why didn't you tell me 3 months ago? Yeah, 3 months ago that I needed to do this test. So now, due to your negligence of letting me know, I had to get off the road sooner. There's no loads. By the time I'm done and got my results, I mean, it's the weekend. There's no loads coming out. I already got a notification from, I don't know if it was sales, loads are tight for the weekend, blah, blah, blah. They do that every Friday. There's no loads going out. And at this point, I'm just like, am I even going to be able to get a load that's going to get me back here for when I need to get back here, which is only 3 days away. So I'm like, you kind of F me over doing this. So now I'm off the truck sooner than I wanted to be. I'm going to be in the hole, which as of today, I'm in the hole $2,100. And I'm going to be in the hole, which I wasn't planning to be. I mean, ultimately he apologized, but at the end of the day, you're messing up somebody's business. You know, you're messing up somebody's plans. And it's not like you didn't know. You knew, you got the information, you just didn't, you wasn't on your Zoom, pretty much. So, ultimately, I let him know that my results came back negative for the sleep apnea. Please contact HR and let me know what else I need to do. And that's another thing I cannot stand. If there's something vital that I need to take care of, why can't I contact HR myself? Where's the number for me to personally contact HR? There is none. I didn't see none. And if any other Prime drivers are watching this and y'all know, please let me know. He gets back to me Monday. He's like, I'll see, you know, what's next and I'll let you know. So he gets back to me Tuesday or Wednesday, but I didn't see the message until late. I want to say he gets back to me Wednesday. And I didn't see the message until like later, by the time he had already clocked out. And I did not understand a single thing he wrote in that message. What the hell does this mean? So I messaged him back and I'm like, okay, I'm not sure who you need me to contact, what your message means. Please let me know what I need to do. So obviously he's gone. He didn't respond. Night dispatch didn't respond. Temporary dispatch didn't respond. Nobody responded to my message. He was out Thursday, obviously is a holiday. He was out Friday. He was out the weekend. He came back Monday. Monday, I'm back to the truck. I'm ready to go. I messaged him. Okay, I messaged you Wednesday and I never got a response from anybody. What do I need to do? I just want to make sure everything is good, that I can roll. I'm ready to go. So then he messaged me back. HR wants you to contact Cardinal Sleep to see what you need to do to get back rolling. What? I call the number that he gives me, and it's the Springfield office. So I called them. I'm like, listen, I was told to contact you guys. I had a sleep apnea test done. It was negative. I was told to contact you guys so I can, you know, get back to work. They're like, oh, I don't know why they told you to contact us. You're supposed to go ahead and get another physical done. She was super nice, very apologetic. This is a different lady than I spoke to the week prior. But she's like, you're supposed to get another physical done, and I'm sorry that they told you to contact us, you know, where there's nothing we can really do for you. If you had your physical done through Prime, you know, Prime would send you to go get another one. And sorry, my mount is lifting. I bought this mount off of Amazon, and it's not giving what it's supposed to have gave, and I'm not liking it. But anywho, she's like, you know, they would send you to wherever, but if you got it on your own, you know, you would just go out and get one. I'm in Pittston, mind you, I live in New York. I got my physical done in New York. I'm in Pittston, Pennsylvania, and I'm just like, here we go with the bullshit. So I let my dispatch know I need a whole nother physical, reflecting that I got the sleep study done and that it was negative. It has to be on your new physical now. So then he's like, oh, can you get that taken care of today? And the way I took it, this is all through Messenger. He never calls me, which I don't like. If it's something important, I want you to call me. Don't message me, don't text me, because that's how miscommunications happen. And had I understood the message that he sent me that Monday or Tuesday, I would have got the physical done while I was on home time, and I would have been ready to roll by Monday. So I had to take a couple of woosahs because, you know, I had some choice words. I really had some choice words. So I went to 3 different places before I was able to find some place that was going to see me. So the first place, they wasn't going to be able to do anything until Wednesday. Mind you, it's Monday, the Monday after Thanksgiving. The second place, I actually was able to put myself on the list, but they had a terribly long waiting time. I got there 11. They said that they couldn't. I didn't get seen at this place because I actually did end up getting it done here. I got there at 11. They didn't see me until, I want to say like 3 in the afternoon, maybe later. And then so after I put my name on the list at the second place, I went to this third place to see if I can get seen faster, and same amount of wait time. So I ended up going back to the second place, got my physical done, sent it in to HR, and not immediately, like maybe 30-45 minutes later, I get a message from my fleet manager telling me that my physical is wrong and to call him. Why he couldn't call me, I don't know. So I call him and he's like, well, HR says that your new physical still doesn't reflect that you had your sleep apnea test done, and the doctor should have written it in, and blah blah, whatever. So I call the place that I got the physical done, and I'm letting them know, and the woman's like, well, your sleep study was negative, and if it's negative, the doctor said he doesn't include it on the physical. And I'm like, well, my job won't let me work, because those are my fleet manager's words. I can't go out until this is like fully done and corrected. I cannot, the truck can't move. So I'm like, I cannot work unless he does. So me and this lady was going back and forth. It took about an hour or so to get the corrected paperwork because the doctor was still seeing patients and this and that. And so it took about 2 attempts for me to get the corrected paperwork and get it into Prime. By the time I got in all the paperwork, it was like 7 p.m. My fleet manager's gone. Okay, here we go, waiting again. And this is what I mean in regards to the communication and things like that. Everything has to go through your fleet manager. Your fleet manager don't work the same hours that you do. Night dispatch, they act like they don't even want to be there 90% of the time, so they're not going to help you, or they're not going to be any help. And 9 times out of 10, they act like they don't know what's going on. So I had to wait till the next day and for him to be like, oh, everything went through, everything is good, and I could finally start working again. So I ultimately was out 2 weeks officially. Yeah. So that's my story. And so this is kind of like, yes, it's a rant, but it's also putting it out there to y'all, because I wasn't flagged by DOT themselves. It was so crazy to me that I got flagged 2 years later. Mind you, I've lost weight, so my BMI was higher when I first got hired to Prime, and I didn't get flagged. So I thought that was very, very, very weird. I didn't get flagged by DOT when I took my first physical 2 years ago. I didn't get flagged by Prime when I submitted it 2 years ago. This time around when I did my physical, I didn't get flagged for sleep apnea by DOT this year, but I got flagged by Prime. Weird. Anywho, so keep in mind, BMI, they said that if it's 39 and higher, you can get flagged. And Prime has 3 sleep apnea locations in Utah, Pittston, and Springfield. If it's positive, you will have to pay. You will have to pay a good amount of money. If it's negative, completely negative, that means no detection of any type of sleep apnea, you do not have to pay. If there's a slight detection of sleep apnea, you do have to pay half of that visit fee, that test fee. And after your test, you do have to go ahead and redo your physical, positive or negative. You have to redo your physical completely. So yes, you do have to pay another $120. I was so pissed at that. Another $120, and I feel like Prime should reimburse that, especially if it's negative. Like, y'all made me go take this test, and now I gotta go get a whole nother physical. But anywho, I digress. That is my video. That is my rant. I don't know if anybody gonna find this useful, and honestly, I just wanted to put it out there. I just wanted to let whomever know that don't be like me. Don't be like me. Don't be like my fleet manager. Gosh, stay on y'all Zoom. Stay on top of stuff. Like, but that's my video. Yeah, and if you have any questions, comment down below. If you like the video, give it a like, give it a subscription, give my channel a subscription, you know. If you didn't like the video, okay.